Hello all, welcome to another quick learning. Today we're going to be going over how to use cell referencing in Google Sheets. This is used when you're dragging down a formula, but you want to keep certain rows or columns fixed when you do so. And I'll show you why you might want to do that. So let's get right into it. So we've got a spreadsheet here, and we want to fill in these data values based on the data to the left. So we want to create a seasonality adjusted quantity, which is basically take our sales for each quarter and multiply them by the relevant seasonality index for that quarter. So if I don't use cell referencing and I try to create a formula, and I go this times this, this cell will be great. This will be perfect, and even if I take that and I fill it over, it'll be fine. You can see if I double click on this, you can see this cell is multiplying by that cell. That's what we want. But when I grab these and I fill it down, you're going to get some errors, some irrelevant values, because what it's doing when you look at it, it's going down with the fill down. So this cell is moving down to this cell, and this cell is moving down to this cell. And we want it to just stay in this row right here. So how do we fix that? So let's go ahead and delete all these. So if you're going to go equals again. I'm going to select this cell as I did before. I'm going to hit the multiply, and then I'm going to do this. And for this one, I'm going to hit the F4 key. So when I hit the F4 key, you'll see that it adds these dollar signs in front of the C and the 3. And that's an absolute reference. I'm going to hit the F4 key again, and what I'm going to get is the dollar sign just before the 3, and that's what I want. The dollar sign before the 3 means it's going to lock it on this row, so it's always going to stay in that row even when I drag down. So I'm going to click OK. I'm going to drag over. So dragging over, we get the same result. It's still working. And dragging down, I'm going to get a better result as well. You can see when I fill down, it goes down to this 200 value, but it stays in this third row. So that's when you want to lock the row. You just put the dollar sign in front of the 3. So now we want the sales dollars. So in this case, we want to multiply the price by all these different quarter quantities. So what you would do is you do price, and we're going to lock that. So we're going to hit F4. That'll give us the absolute lock. That's not what we want. So we'll hit it again. This is the row lock, which isn't what we want. We want it to lock to this column this time. So if we hit F4 one final time, you'll see it'll put the dollar sign before the B. That's what we want. And then we're going to go ahead and multiply that by our first quantity here. And then when we drag this over, it'll be fine. And we'll drag that down, and it all works. Now, one final thing is, so now this time we talked about the absolute lock with the dollar sign in front of the column and the row number. That's what we're going to do here with the profit dollars. Because what we want to do is we want to take these sales dollars and multiply it by the profit percentage. So we'll take that, and we'll multiply that by this. Since we want to use the same value for anywhere we drag it, we're going to hit F4. That's going to lock it to this one cell. Hit OK, hit Enter. Then if we drag it, any cell we choose is always using this 50% profit percentage. So that's how you use cell referencing to make sure that your formulas work correctly when you drag them across and down. Hope you all learned something. Thank you very much.